Hey guys, what's up? OCD Mikey, Hi-Fi Guy here, back for another episode of OCD Mikey Lays Down the 411 for you. I wanted to talk about tonight is really like, why do we do hi-fi, and why all this BS, okay? We all know there is BS up to here in this industry. Every time you turn around, there's reviewers that say everything's the best. This is the new best. There's the dealers that call you every year to tell you about the new best thing, the new best thing, the new best thing, and they're just pushing boxes. They are salesmen, right? And you guys get it every which way, and it's impossible. How do you cut through it? And I'm constantly thinking in my head, how do I help these people cut through the BS and really get to the bottom line? And there was one pretty clear point and one pretty clear principle, I guess, or result. Why do we buy hi-fi? Why do we buy it? What are we looking for? Okay? If you ask people, what are you looking for when you buy hi-fi? I doubt they're going to answer you, I'm looking for chasing my tail for the next 10 to 15 years, never quite being satisfied and analyzing equipment all the time and not really listening to the music or getting the music. I'm just going to be analyzing it for the next 10 years. I highly doubt that that is going to be your response to why you come to hi-fi. Okay? The real response, or the more common response, is going to be, I want to connect to the music. Okay? After all, that's what this is about. It's not about the gear. The gear is a tool that helps us listen to the music, but it's a tool. We pick it up, we put it down after we use it. That's it, okay? So if the key is to connect to the music, then we need to ask ourselves, how do we connect to the music? How do we get there? It's a very tricky question, and it can be long and arduous. Most people feel that the only way to get there is you have to trial and error yourself for the next 15 years to 20 years until you get there, okay? You can take that long route if you want to do that. Lose money every time you sell, keep trying different gear and all that stuff. Hey, if that's your thing, all the power to you. You're into the gear at that point, okay? It's a gear fetish, okay? If you've got a gear fetish, hi-fi is a great place for that, okay? There are plenty of things to lose your mind on your fetish, and you can have big collections, okay? Really, we want to connect to the music. And so the easiest way for me to put this through to you, because I'm trying, man, I always think of, how do I give a message to my viewers of what this is all about? How do we get to the end? How do we get across the line, right? Because nobody wants to keep dealing with this BS of buying and selling gear. You just want to have awesome music, right? I mean, if that's what I'm here for. So how I differentiate, and when I think about it, it's like this. When you don't think about the gear and you connect to the music, that's how I knew that I was across the line, okay? What that means is most gear that is not worthy, as far as I'm concerned, is gear that triggers your analytical mind, okay? So this goes beyond listening for, okay, you listen for, does it have highs and lows and mids? No, okay? You don't listen. If you want to get there and you want to cross the line and you want to get to good hi-fi, you don't listen for it because it's not in the ears. It's not in the ears. It's not in the listening, okay? I'll tell you where it is. It's in your mind and it's in your thoughts. What I mean by this is when you're listening to hi-fi and you're listening to music, there's two different things. There's listening to hi-fi, there's listening to music. When you're listening to hi-fi, you're analyzing the sound all the time. Does it have enough highs? Does it have, those S's are sort of sibilant. I'm not really getting a wide image. I need more depth I need a 3D-dimensional, more of a holographic sound. The tone isn't really there. Those drums don't have dynamic. If your brain is thinking in those terms, you're listening to the gear and you're not there. Whatever gear you're listening to, if you are listening and you're thinking about the sound, or if you're thinking about how good the recording is, it's another sign that your system is not doing it. Okay? It is not connecting you to the music. Do you know how I know that? Because your brain is analyzing the sound. When you're connected to the music, you don't think about the sound. You don't think about what does it sound like. That thought doesn't even enter your mind. The thought that enters your mind is, what the hell is this guy talking about? What is he singing about? What kind of weird drugs are these guys on? Like, holy shit, like what are, stuff like that. Or how amazing and sublime this orchestral piece is. How did they create such a complex master? Like, listen to the little parts. Like, I'm feeling how this song is making me feel. I'm feeling sad right now. Like, holy shit, this is scary. Like, this is a scary orchestral piece. Like, I'm kind of scared, or sorrow. Like, wow, man, what is this song about? Like, this is heavy. Like, I feel the pain, Like, that's when your rig is good. When you are connected to the music, you can't even daydream. I say this to people. My rig, you go in and listen. You can't daydream. You are not thinking about what's for lunch. You're not thinking about the chick you saw last night. You're not thinking about anything other than the music. And you are locked on that music. You are hanging on every note because it's a story that's unfolding before your very eyes and your ears. But it's really a visual thing. You're seeing, you're feeling, you're emoting. It's an experience. It's a full experience. And it's not a logic brain thing. It is a very emotional connection. Okay? That is the difference between a real good system and a not good system. Okay? It's the connection to the music. And this has nothing to do with how much you spend. Okay, I'll say that again. You don't get what I just described from spending $1 million. Okay? I've heard it time and again. $1 million rigs that do not connect you to the music. All you're doing is analyzing the ear candy that you hear. Oh, listen to that. Oh, listen to that. Oh, wow, the bass. Oh, wow. So listen to that. Listen to that. That is ridiculous. That is the squirrel. That means you're listening to squirrel food. You got your little squirrel in the attic, right? He's hopping around, smelling around. You're giving him squirrel food. You keep throwing him little cheese balls, and he's chowing them down, and every cheese ball makes him more hyper. And you got the squirrel bouncing around up in the attic, okay? That is not enjoyment, my friend. That is not enjoyment. When you're sitting there going, oh, that's a bad recording, okay? Here's the biggest farce that you've ever been taught in hi-fi. That your system is so good that you can hear the difference between a good recording and a bad recording. The bad recordings are so bad that I just can't listen to them. That sucks, you guys. That is a drag. If your system tells you how bad a song is, what and how good another one is, what that's telling you is your hearing, your analytical hearing is triggered. It's triggering your analysis because you're analyzing the frickin' recordings. How horrible. Dude, the last thing I want in the world is to frickin' have to analyze every damn recording I listen to. Are you kidding me? Not in a million years. No way. I want to listen to the music. I want to connect. I want the mainframe to plug into my neck and boom, I'm in the matrix and I am experiencing that music in a full experiential way, the way the artist intended, not the mixing engineer, okay? The message that the artist is putting across. Everything the mixing engineer does is moot. It doesn't matter. We're not even thinking about that. And I'm even talking about old ass Willie Dixon, lead belly stuff, old, where the recordings are horrible. You need to still connect with that. In a good rig, you will still connect with lead belly and understand and trip out on what he's laying down. Even though it's a poor recording, you're not listening to the recording. You're tripping out on the fact that this guy, what was his trip? How could he be creating this stuff back then? No one had ever done that. Where's he coming from? Where's this inspiration? What's driving this? Pain, slavery. You know, it's like, it's mind-blowing. Music is in a listening room. That experience is so much more valuable than having $1 million rig that looks all shiny and beautiful but does not connect you to the music because you're so distracted by all the little cues of sonic ambience and everything like that. And you hear the bad recordings and you hear the good recordings and you're all analytical in your mind. What a drag. What a bummer. Total waste of money. Total waste of time. It's not going to relax you. It's going to aggravate you. It's going to piss you off at the bad recordings. It's a mess, man. It's a psychosis, okay? It's a psychotic way to listen to music, is to sit and analyze the whole stuff all the time. That's not what music is for. Music is not for analysis. Music is for enjoyment, and it's a story. It's like reading a giant colorful storybook that's three-dimensional. That's what music is about. It's not about analyzing the frickin' recording. It's not about hearing if it's digital or analog. It's not about any of that bullshit that you guys are roped into believing. Okay? So really, I will bring you, I select the products that do this. Okay? I don't care if you buy from me. If you want to, you'll be well taken care of, but I'm just trying to get through to you so that you understand. That's why I don't have 1 million products. I'm not a product collector. Some dealers, we call them product collectors because they don't have the expertise. So what they stand on is the fact that they have 100 different brands or whatever. It makes them look established, right? When in reality, all you need is a couple distributors to have like 20 brands. Each distributor carries about 8 or 10 brands. And so you get 2 accounts and you've got 20 different brands. You can plaster their logos all over your website, make it look like you know what's going on, and you're really just a salesman. So salesmen don't know how to give you the rigs that connect you to the music. Salesmen are going to give you stuff and they're going to mix and match and just sell you one piece. They're not going to look at a holistic rig building a system for you. They're just going to sell you one piece here, one piece there, and you're going to be like analyzing all the time, analyzing, trying to change it, trying to change little stuff. So and then there's a whole group of stuff called accessories that are all meant to look. There's some important ones, a couple important ones: power conditioning, vibration mitigation. And room treatment, okay? Those are like the 3, and you need to just be basic on that stuff. Just a good stand under your gear that takes the vibration, that mechanically couples it. A few pieces of room treatment, doesn't have to go heavy, and then just one line filter. You don't need to, and a dedicated circuit. You don't need to put all the crazy ground rods. You don't need to put giant transformers, isolation transformers. You don't need all that crap, man. I'm telling you, okay? telling you, spend the money on the gear, okay, and find the stuff that connects you to the music. So I will be bringing you more videos. Again, I will go into some of the gear, and I'll be hitting back on that. I hand select the gear that brings you the music, that connects you to the music, and I guarantee it's going to connect you to the music or your money back, okay? So this is what it's all about. It's like connecting to the music. To me, my purpose in life is to help people connect to music. For me, it is a healing art. I am healed when I go into my when I go into my listening room, an awesome listening room. I was going to say awesome. When I go into my listening room and I sit and listen, I am healed. It is a come to Jesus moment. I'm telling you, I am healed. And it calms me if I'm upset. It relaxes me if I'm stressed. And I can't imagine somebody wants to go into their rig and then analyze more and be more stressed out because it's not doing what they want or because they're thinking about the recordings and that's bumming them out. Horrible, horrible, horrible. You should go into your rig and you should be able to calmly listen to it all day, as long as you want with no fatigue. You should be able to fall asleep because you're so relaxed. Not because you're bored, but because you are so relaxed that you can just go into dream state with that music, okay? Not something that's triggering your analytical mind all the time and keeping you, agitated, okay? Or in a state of anxiety. Really, that's what it is. It's audio anxiety. You're analyzing. That's anxiety, man. Calmness and absence of anxiety is chill. And chill, man, you chill, you lay back, you're like, oh, this feels so good. And you can really explore music. And then you get yourself a streamer and you explore, man, and you explore the genres that you like. You go down whatever rabbit hole, just like that. You go even down into deeper one and end up in some of the most craziest places. I have found some music that scared the shit out of me, like it's experimental, weird, like dark stuff, and then others that have like just been so, there is such an expansive music that if you're limiting yourself to CDs and albums, you're not hearing so much stuff that's out there. So I suggest streaming just for the sake of exploration. And then I'm not going to get into any more about that, but I really, because I'm getting off point. But my point was, the reason we do this is for connection to the music. We don't do this to analyze the gear. We don't do this to analyze the recording, okay? So keep that in mind when you guys are learning this and you're going out to buy your gear. You need the stuff that connects you to the music where you're not analyzing, okay? I can help you do that. Maybe some other folks can. I'm the only one. I'm the only one. Nobody else can help you do that except me. You need to buy from me. Buy from Mikey. Buy from Mikey. Okay, so anyways, that's it. Just wanted to get with you guys and just sort of, I've been trying to, how do I put this stuff across to people, man? So hope that helps. See you.